Hey everybody, welcome to day one message of 30 days of encouragement. Today's message that I got for you guys is it's time to bind up your broken heart. The worst is over. A lot of 2025 wasn't what we wanted it to be. A lot of people have been dealing with betrayal, being stabbed in the back, money being funny, things just not going the way we planned it to go. And I'm here to tell you that it wasn't for forever. It was just a season. And that season is now over. Just like, the summer, we all had our fun. We were outside, at the beach, doing our thing because it was hot, less clothes, more time outside. But now it's transitioning into fall. And with fall comes a different version of you, right? I was all tank tops and crop tops this summer, and now it's getting back to the crew necks. Broke out the Doc Martens, my slouch socks, right? It's calling for a different version of me. And so the season that you're now going into is calling for a different version of you. That's why you have to bind up all those things that happened at the beginning of the year, maybe the end of last year. I know a lot of people were betrayed, stabbed in the back, cheated on, possibly beaten on, fake friends, maybe money being funny, lost your job, lied on, whatever it was just to alchemize and use for your next chapter. Because what is happening now is as you're transitioning out of this season, you're going to your next level. This was a fated encounter. Meaning this was supposed to happen. All that betrayal, all that hard stuff that you went to, it wasn't for anything. It was good that you were afflicted because now you're going to utilize that for your next level. Last year, 2024 was probably one of the hardest years of my life, even going into 2025, early January, really all the way up to first quarter. And I found myself a lot of times like, why me? Why me? Why am I going through this? Now looking back, it's September now. I can look back and see, even though I felt like I wasn't going to make it sometimes. Like I felt like I was one more thing away from having a mental breakdown. I now look back and I see all the things I overcame because of that specific situation or those situations. And ultimately they worked out for my good. A lot of times we have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired before something shocks us into moving forward in our purpose. And that's definitely what happened for me, because what I thought, like, the story Job, he always made burnt offerings for his kids every day and for his family. And he said, maybe if they sin against you unknowingly or knowingly, I'm going to make amends with a burnt offering. So he was always fearful that his kids had done something to offend God. So he spent much of his time making atonement for his family. And even when his kids, what happened to his kids, his family died, his wealth, he lost his wealth. He said, the thing that I feared the most has come upon me. Right? He's saying that he manifested his greatest fears. But when he manifested those fears, God didn't just let it happen to punish him, right? Ultimately, he was giving double of everything that he had before. So before he was wealthy, now he was the wealthiest. He had a huge family that he lost, but he was able to, he and his wife made the most beautiful daughters in the land, right? And of course, your new kids can't replace your old kids, but everything was restored to him. But more than anything, he now had that story, right? If you've gone through something, no one can take what you've gone through. No one can take the wisdom that you gleaned from that situation. Nobody can take that strength from you. Nobody and nothing. I can attest that what came upon me last year was my worst fear. My worst fears, I had to face them. And now I'm like, oh. Right? That was my worst fear. It happened. And now I'm like, but I made it through. Right? Not only did I make it through, I overcame, conquered, mastered. Right? So now I'm like, I'm a badass. I faced my worst fears and made it through them. Who gonna check me, boo? Right? And so now it's time to bind up your broken heart. The season is changing. Positivity is now flowing in. New money, new opportunities are coming to you. They're coming. So reframe your mind, right? They're coming to you regardless, because that you were almost initiated into them. When you went through what you went through and made it through, this is now your reward. You're being rewarded. It wasn't for naught. All right? So I hope that inspired you. I hope that helped you all. I believe in you. I love you. And I'll talk to you next time. Signing off.